Hello, it's Coy, and welcome to the Eclectic Cottage. I'm at my craft room desk this afternoon, and continuing to work on my Mexican journal, Mexican style journal, Latin style journal, whatever we want to call it. It's an explosion of fun color and traditions that I'm learning someone else's traditions. It's kind of fun. But here's my inspiration. I have these bright colored CD covers that I've had for a long time. I got them at a thrift store. No idea what to do with them. What do you do with, something this bright? If I don't use them in this journal, it'll be a long time before I find another use for them, I'm sure. So trying to figure out something to do with these, I was inspired by this piece of scrapbook paper. It's beautiful. The sun, the moon, that's very Mexican in, these are often things that are displayed in Mexican art. So, I forfeited one of the CD covers in order to get a perfect match. I'd like to have I know you can't see it, but if I hold this up to the light, I can see the circle. Okay, and that's why I taped this on, and I'm just going to cut around this to make an insert to go inside one of these CD covers. I don't know if I'm going to make a shaker, to put some big glitter sequins or little stars in there, but I'm at least going to put the sun and the moon, the luminaries, in here, and you make it a little tuck. I'm pretty sure that I'm either going to use the blue or the yellow one. Maybe I can find something else to do with these somewhere down the line. And if I use the blue one, I've already picked out some trim. I would use this on the top. There's only enough to do the top and the bottom. If I was using the blue one, I would use this on the top of the bottom. If I'm using the yellow one, I could use this either only on the top and the bottom, or there's enough to do it on all four sides. I just don't know what it would look like spliced, spliced right there. So that is not a decision I'm going to decide right this second, but I know that it's going to be one of these two. And one of these two. Okay. I did just take a picture of everything. I threw it into Procreate and wrote, this is, in Spanish, this is the luminaries, which are the celestial bodies that illuminate. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to cut that out and use it somewhere on our little tuck spot. The big scrapbook paper, I think I'm going to use it to make the tuck spot larger and put this on top. Because the CD envelope itself is pretty much the size of a page. I don't know which page we'll use, but it's pretty much the size of a page by itself. But I could put a small border around it on the sides, and I can make it a little taller so I can put my words, the luminaries, up there. Okay, that's the gist of it. Let's see what we can do. First of all, oh, and then I'm hoping that with my luminaries, Las Luminaries. I don't know how to say it. I'm not going to butcher it. I'm hoping to have enough of this left over to make a little frame around my words when I cut them out. So I need to be real careful and cut exact to save as much space up here as I can. Let me do that part last. I'm going to cut this out exact, and then I'm going to have to trim it down a little bit so that it fits inside my envelope or the CD cover. Because the glue will take up some of the space. That's the part. I'm going to save that. The other piece is a scrap. Okay. I just held it down with washi tape. And I'm going to keep this in case I need it. I won't have to waste another one when I work with a different color. All right, so let's take a look. Now we have to make a decision. Are we doing blue? No, probably doing yellow. Blue and blue, or the yellow. I think yellow. All right, this is the exact size of the envelope. And if you look inside here, it is gusseted. So I might not have to cut off that much, but I am going to have to cut off just a little, obviously. Maybe just a sliver on both sides. Bit more. No, it fits. It's gonna fit. Oh, I love it. And then a little bit off the top. Maybe a sliver off the bottom, just a tiny sliver off the bottom. And the rest will come off the top. How cute is this gonna be? All right, I don't think it's gonna take that much. A little bit off the top. A bit off the top, please. Just enough that we're able to close this. Cute. That's it. That's it. That's exactly what I wanted. I still have to decide if I'm going to make a little shaker envelope out of it, so I'm not going to seal it until I decide. I don't have any little stars. It'd be fun to have some, you know, some big glitter, some tiny sequins, and some little stars to shake. But if not, I like it just like it is. It's perfect. Okay, and this stuff, let's see. What to do with this stuff? I think, should the yellow go down at the bottom or the blue? The yellow. All right, let's at least get it on the top and the bottom, and then we can decide if we're going to put it on the sides or not. Fabric scissors. Yellow at the bottom, blue on the top. Cute. I think the top and the bottom will be plenty. What do you think? I'm loving it. Okay. Let's do this. Where's Art? Hello, Art. We've got a project for you here. Does this have a top and a bottom? I don't think so. Where's Chuck? I don't see Chuck. We'll use the phone folder. Chuck is usually right there. Chuck. I need you, Chuck. Okay. I like that. Okay, Art, let's do this. Okay. That part's done. I'm really liking it a lot. All right. While this dries, we'll move on to something else. Next part. All right. Okay, this is 5. The page is 5.5. So maybe this will be, I can start with 5.5. I can start with 5.5 and trim it down if we have to. I'm gonna use my trimmer for this because eight and a half high, so 7.5 by 5.5. 7.5 by 5.5. Seven and a half by 5.5. Let's see how this works out for us. Worst case scenario, we have to trim it a little bit more. This is the largest it should be. Maybe we should find a spot in our journal for it before we go any further. Let's see if there's anything in the front. Oh. Oh, this already has a sun. I don't want to put two together. Do we want to put it next to the carnival lady? Or next to the bleeding hearts? Okay, I'm not loving this with this. That is not what I want. Where's that blue page? We could do this. No. This could always be moved. This is just an envelope. Let's see. Let's put you somewhere else. How about here? Okay. Where were we? This could just be a little pocket. Right on that page. I'm not hating that. And then where's my luminaries? I could just, I wouldn't even have to use this as a border if I have that beautiful blue. I could. We'll see. Okay. Let me cut this out. This out. This might be easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, I think I'm completely happy with this. Let's do it. I thought this was going to be a lot more complicated than it is. I'm Racheling the corners. Does anybody else watch Rachel at Roxy's Creations? She nips off the corners instead of using the corner rounder. And I've gotten the habit of doing that. I like it. And when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to Rachel the corners. I think Rachel, it's not nice to have favorites, but I think Rachel is my favorite. Rachel at Roxy Creations. She's the one that I've watched the longest and watched the most. And you will be a pocket. I'm not going to glue you down right now because I don't know if I'm making you, well, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to make it a shaker. Well, because it's going to be glued down. It's not loose, so you can't really shake it. Maybe I'll use one of the other ones somewhere else in the journal as a shaker. I think this is just going to be a luminary window. A luminary window. All right, let's glue it down and see what we have. Habit I always have is making sure that I put my thumb on the section where the glue is not going, so I don't get it upside down. This is the top. The glue is not going on the top. It's going on the other 3 sides because this is going to be a pocket, not a tuck. If it was a tuck, the glue would only be going on 2 sides, right? There won't be a divot in this pocket because of the trim. I've had that trim for a while. It also came from Portugal. Anna sent me that trim a while back. This is the first time I've got to use it. And I think it goes perfect on this page. A tiny bit of, I didn't distress the yellow CD sleeve, but let me just do a little bit of distress here since I'm the one that cut this out, and sometimes I don't cut the absolute straightest. So I just use this. It kind of hides any imperfections. Although this looks pretty straight. I think I did a good job. Pretty good job. And glue stick, Avery, glue stick, in case anybody's wondering. It's my glue stick of choice. Sometimes I use Elmer's only because I order it with my grocery order if I'm out. But it's the Craft Bond, the strong Craft Bond. And to me, this is just as good, if not better. It's my favorite. Okay, and that will leave a nice pocket to do some journaling with thoughts and ideas about the luminaries, the stars, the sun, the moon, The planets, there's no planets in this picture, but we know that they're out there. All right, very good. I think that's going to do it for us today. Fairly short video. I thank all of you for being here with me and keeping me company in my art room. It makes crafting so much more fun. And I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you real soon.